Good morning and g'day, mate. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jetty, and of course, the wonderful Mr. Icarus. And in our previous episode, we built out our lovely 5 rockets per second build. We got it up and running. We started getting some small carrier rockets in here. They're sitting there happy, they're doing their thing, and they're being shipped out when we have enough of them, of course, off to build our existing spheres. We have... No, Jupiter is done. We have the Tristan system. The Tristan system was not getting enough rockets because our little rocket build that we put around the North Pole, South Pole, the polar rocket build, it builds 2.5 rockets. Well, it launches 2.5 rockets per second, but we're only making 1 rocket per second. So this one is now running flat out, and eventually when it fills up, it's going to take a while to fill up the interstellar logistics tower because it holds 20,000 now. Once it finally fills up, then we'll have a excess storage on the planet we're on, but we still have a few thousand rockets to launch here. So it's going to take us a minute to just finish off this one. Just 1 minute or two. Speaking of this, sales are going up great. One thing we do need to do is we're only requesting 10 gigawatts worth of power, and we actually make 13.5. So I definitely need to do something about heading across here and adding in some more ray receivers. But before I do that, we need to come back to this planet because I have finished Outposting this planet. It is up and running. We have obviously iron, we have copper, we have 1 silicon node, which is not a lot. Actually, it's right up here beside me. It's pretty much as fast as we can mine it's being shipped out. Same applies to coal, which is actually right beside me, which is not hooked up to the power grid properly yet because it's waiting for me to put 1 power pole about there. Because we are going to mine the crap out of coal. I don't want to set this to 300% because I'm sort of hoping, yeah, that's the button I want. I'm sort of hoping as we go back to veins utilization research, we can keep the mining productivity high enough that this coal node never runs out. Because I prefer to have a little bit of coal here that we can keep shipping rather than having no coal whatsoever. Oh, we need a second power pole. Second power pole. Okay, a little bit of coal here that we can keep shipping internally rather than having to import everything. Just a personal preference. And lastly, I need to hook up acid, which we've now done. So we're going to have acid locally, which is one less thing we need to ship in and out from the planets. Now, acid, honestly, I just tapped 1 patch. I found 35 water pumps, and 35 divides fairly evenly that I could put 3 per belt. 3 per belt, probably a little bit overkill, but then again, as I said, that mining veins utilization will increase our mining speed, which also applies to the water pumps. Yeah, water pumps, not liquid pump, water pump. So we're going to set that up. We're going to leave that running. In the meantime, there's a few more things I need to do. One is obviously build a rocket blueprint. So we have our magic tower over here that imports all, no, not that tower. That tower in the pitch black. We need to go to that tower. We need to grab 100 rocket silos, which is a bit of overkill. Plus we'll grab the EM rail ejectors. We'll grab the ray receivers. We'll just empty out the tower. Oh, foundations. Set that to 0. No, it all fits. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to set up a rocket build. Now, logically, we would put these normally around the, well, whichever pole we happen to have power. The problem is if I put it around that pole, I'd have to rip up copper. That's my only copper node, I believe. No, it's not my only copper node, but I'd have to definitely rip up copper, probably iron, probably the titanium. I'd have to rip up a few things. So instead, we're going to put it calmly around this pole, where it's completely out of our way. And we're going to just try and line this up somewhere where it's happy. I really wish there was a better way. And look, I admit, games like Factorio, which have had blueprints for a lot longer, took a long while to implement this, but I just wish there was a better way to hold blueprints so you could get things lined up a little bit easier. Alright, we're going to hook that up to power. We need to get this built. I still feel like I need to do more robot research because we don't have enough bots. But as you can see, research is paused because I don't have enough critical photons, which is why we're going to keep launching spheres. There it is. Okay. So we're going to have this tower set up. It does have power. It's not going to really need power. But we're going to go local clear. We're going to set that up. We need a sphere first. Okay, so we originally came out here because this is a lovely blue star. It's a type O star, which means it has a very high luminosity. Very, very important that we have a high luminosity because we wish to have as much power available for what we're building. Well, get as much power out of our sphere or the resources we put in. That's probably more accurate. So first thing I'm going to do, add new layer. Set all these to 0 as always, and we're going to drag this up, looking for a planet inside the sphere. We have a planet, perfect. So we have one planet inside the sphere, excellent. Next thing we're going to do is a little bit of an experiment. We're going to look at our planet, Lancaster number 1, and we can see that we have an orbit inclination of 5 degrees and 30 seconds, minutes, whatever it happens to be, and 538 degrees and 38 minutes for the longitude ascending node. Okay, they're the two important numbers we need. So what I want to do is I want to go in here, I want to add a new layer, and I want to drag this till it's just inside, just like the maximum number I can get, so it's as close to the planet as possible. That's really the number I'm looking for. So in my particular case, that is 44,818. If I change this to 819, it's too close. So we're going to go with 44,818. Now, remember how that was 5 degrees, 30 minutes? 30 minutes is... 30, is it minutes or seconds? I don't know. Somebody in the comments will know for sure. Because it's 530, 30 is half of 60, therefore it's 5.5. Nice and easy. That is going to be our inclination. On top of that, we had the 358.38, I think it was, which when converting to decimal is around about 358.633. So we're going to set up a sphere right like that, which is going to be directly inside our, just inside our planet's orbit. Next thing I want to do is I want to add a new layer. I want to slide this down to get just outside the planet's orbit, which after a little bit of experimentation is 49219. Yes. Then I want to grab the inclination, plus I want the same longitude, and the idea is we're going to have, can I swap between spheres? Probably. Not really. We really need to paint them out with a Dyson Sphere. So we're going to come in here and I'm going to put in a Dyson Sphere like so, with a Dyson Sphere like so. With the plan, that should match my planet exactly. It should sit directly beside the planet, and as we can see, the orbits are going to move at slightly different speeds, but in theory, you know, the planet should slide between two Dyson rings, and that's what we want. We want rings. We want some Dyson rings. So with that out of the way, we can now start importing rockets. Now, the way all these are set up is they're set up so the local tower, the one that makes rockets, can actually do the exporting. So I don't need to put ships or warpers or anything in here. Anywhere we build rockets, anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the galaxy, in fact. We just need to make sure it's powered, so the rocket silos have power, but that's about it. And hopefully... Oh, I need to reset that filter because I cleared that. Hopefully, we're going to see a ring of rockets start popping in. Hopefully. Hopefully, if I've done this right. They should all prime one by one. We should get a circle all the way around. Come on. To here. Yep, that looks like a perfect ring. It is. We're in continuous launching mode. And because we make 2.5 rockets per second, whatever it happens to be on this planet, we only need to request in 1,000 because it's local. They're going to be very, very quick and easy to get here. But it does mean that this should keep launching continuously. Never stopping. If we make 5, we launch 2.5. So we should have continuous rocket launching no matter what. And if we come over here and we go to there, these are fairly small nodes, so they should build just about instantly, I hope. Maybe not. How much does each one of these need? You still need 190 rockets for each structural point. And we've put them as close together as we possibly can, but, you know, it shouldn't take us too long. Actually, I say that. How many rockets do we need? 11,000? 12,000. Okay, it might take a minute or two to launch, but that's okay. Next thing we're going to need is, of course, we need to get somewhere to put our sails, because we need to launch sails as well. Now, normally, actually, let's zoom back out. Normally, I try to put the sails on the furthest out planet. And the reason is it's just easier to hit the sun, okay? It's easier to get a nice internal orbit close to the sun, nice external orbit far away from the sun, and, you know, hit them both easily. But out here, I have... Can I zoom to planet, please? Thank you. I have 3 planets orbiting a gas giant, which means fairly regularly in their orbit, like this one every 900 seconds or 850 seconds. No, 1400 seconds. 1400 seconds, it's going to get blocked by the gas giant. This one, 3000 seconds. This one, 5000 seconds. If we launch from here, it's also 5000 seconds. Where would be better out here? Arid desert. It'd probably be easy to hit things from. Alright, we're going to go to there. We're going to launch ourselves from there. That seems like a reasonable answer. So, this planet is done. Yes, done. Alright, so we need to pop out here. Also means I have an excuse to outpost another planet. Also means I have an excuse to name another planet. So we'll do both of those at the same time. Whoop. Okay. Let's just land. And we'll look at what we've got. So we have a South Pole, which we'd take out a copper. Copper node, we have 17 million, that seems fine. North Pole, we'd probably take out maybe a titanium, maybe a stone. That also seems fine. So let's go to the North Pole, where we're less likely to hit anything. We are going to need all the blueprints. We're going to need a fusion power plant. Okay, we're just going to put more stress on our antimatter. Don't get me wrong, it's more stress, but once it's full, it shouldn't burn it terribly fast. And then we are all get polar blueprints. I want a railgun launcher, which the stone we're going to have to bury. So let's go bury some stone. Land Icarus. Oh. And also we'll start throwing shippies in these guys. I don't know if I have enough shippies on me. Shippies, hippies. No, I don't. Alright, can we put down a temporary tower? And I would like little shippies. Yeah, just a few. They'll be here in a second. And you're basically up and running. We don't need to proliferate it. It's just a waste of resources. So we just need this to warm up, so to speak. Okay, so we've got 3 towns fully done. Alright, we need to come back in here. We want to go polar blueprints. We want the railguns, which we need to line up. What line am I looking for? I'm looking for that line. Try to bring them in as close as possible. Like I said, Dyson Sphere just needs a better way to handle moving blueprints. And I could just put 2 belts. I could easily just put 2 belts over the tropic lines. If I put 2 belts over the tropic lines, it would lock it in place. The catch is, as you can see, maybe you can't see, I'm slowly moving it out so it dodges this titanium. If I had locked it in place, that's no longer an option. Oh, crap. Did it again. No, bad bots. We need to set up the cannon's targets first. Yeah, just all the way around. Thank you. I believe you have fuel. No, fuel stored on its way. But you have that, so I will take that back. Thank you. Alright, where were we? We were going to go here. I'm going to add an orbit. It's going to be small, small, small. Create. Add new orbit. Max 90 and 90. Okay, that's our 2 orbits. So we have our outer orbit, we have our inner orbit. Hopefully cannons can hit both. we're then going to go back in here, polar blueprints, railguns, pick that up, line that up a second time. I'm going to go there. Perfect. Alright. We will obviously fly across the start and plug that into that power grid. Not that that power grid has any power. Now, something else that was pointed out to me in the comments section was, in theory, if I proliferate my sails, they'll launch at twice the speed, which you would think is a good idea. The problem is I can't get them absorbed at twice as fast. So I possibly don't want to launch them at twice the speed. Not until I have a complete... I'm going to cancel that, actually. Rather have the juice sit here and do nothing. Not until I can actually get them a structure for them to go into. Yes, that's the words I'm looking for. So until I actually have a structure for them to go into, it's probably not worth launching at twice the speed. But our previous sphere that's still building, we might want to set that up with some juice so it builds at twice the speed. 16 million soil pump? Damn. Okay, so with this built, we should be good to go. Obviously, we still need to actually get power hooked up and running. I have plenty of spares. You can have some fuel. Yeah, there's already fuel on the belt. Literally just needs a starter bit of juice and lack of solar cells. Okay, so we're just waiting for the sails to come in. They are here. They have arrived. You guys have no target. Pitch limit. Yep. Okay, so we just need the sails to make it all the way around, and then we're going to start firing them. Oh, we already start firing them. Perfect. We can see one's going way off there. One's going up to the sun. I feel really close to the sun. I know we're like literally miles away, but I do feel very close. Just as a type O, they just seem much larger. Much brighter, much brighter. Okay, so with that out of the way, I don't want to do anything else here. I want to have this sphere start building a little bit. So we're actually going to make another trip back to the Tristan system, and then we're launching sails from the RID system. So let's head to RID, because I'm curious about this proliferation juice solar sail thing. I want to know for sure, because the fact that they launch at twice the speed is sort of nice, sort of not. They'll get there eventually, but I was also told that they'll last in orbit twice as long. That is very, very helpful, because it means then you could start pre-launching, you know, especially some sphere designs require not that many rockets and a lot of sails, and some require a lot of rockets and not a lot of sails. Depends on your design. But you could optimize your Dyson spheres to have many, 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 many rockets and not a lot of sails, and then pre-launch up a lot of sails, so then as the sphere builds out, you're good to go. You're good to go. They can start absorbing much, much faster. Actually, you probably need... you'd want a lot of nodes, so you could mass launch by launching a lot of rockets with a lot of nodes, so we could absorb cells much faster. Because really, it's the absorption rate that keeps you locked down. But in the case of our Tristan system, we actually have an issue where every cell we're launching is disappearing instantly. So more sails being launched faster, I'm sort of all for. So we need to head back to the GM system. At the same time, I am going to remind you guys that we're, halfway into the video? Probably halfway into the video, and it's been completely ad-free so far, and that is thanks to the lovely people supporting the channel. In the case of every single planet we have named so far is a lovely YouTube member. So those that have clicked the join button, which is hidden behind the subscribe, beside the subscribe button, beside the like button, which you should have clicked all of those by now. Well, at least 2 out of 3. I'd love it if you click the third one. You know, membership starts nice and cheap, $1 per month, and that'll get your name on a star at the same time. Oh, name on a planet. At the same time, if you want your name on a star, that can be arranged too. They're handing out to Patreon members. So if you wish to join on Patreon, which is super expensive, it's $2 a month, you could have a whole star named after you. Also, at the same time, you got a Dyson blueprint that you'd like to have as a Patreon member for your star. Guaranteed to happen. If you just want to have a Dyson Sphere design up and running, by all means, if you have any good designs, drop by my Discord. Links are in the description. And throw in... No. So you are launching. You're launching normal sales. Let's pull that out. Oh, that does double the rate. Okay. What's the launch rate? I don't think I can argue with that right now. So yes, if you have a Dyson Sphere blueprint you want to share, by all means, please do so. It would be very much appreciated. I'd love having some great sphere designs, because designing spheres takes a long time, and honestly, 9 times out of 10, I just don't have the inclination. Are you full? Launch some more. I want the belt to loop. Take down the input a little bit. Actually, I can't do that. I'll put that to that. Oh, there we go. Loop belt, loop. And then as soon as we see juiced ones come along, we can cut the belt. And hopefully that means the whole belt will be pre-juiced. And it means as these guys start grabbing new ones, which is going to take them a while because they're grabbing like 20 at a time. Plus these sorters have an internal buffer of a number. We should get this swapped over much faster. Now, is there any way to tell? So that's still a graph over 900 seconds. I don't know if we get extra life out of them. I honestly don't know. But we should be getting extra sales launched, which I'm all for. Can I dump those off? Yeah, it's unfortunately got some sprayed, some not sprayed. But it's fine. It's fine. All right, so that's up and running. We are... Well, most of these have already picked up new sales and firing, so we're now launching at twice the rate. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to look at the sun, find the GM system, because that's where our ray receivers are, and we want to duck across to the ray receivers and build a few more of them, because we need to pull out all the power we can. You know what? We'll fly. We'll fly through it. We won't warp. We won't warp into the planet. We'll fly in there. But yes, this is our GM system, which, as you can see, is built inside the sphere. Because it's built inside the sphere, this is the important one. It always gets power. The ray receivers run 24/7. Also, so this is where a lot of our critical photons are going, which is why I really want to get the system up and running at full speed. But I think we need 30 gigawatts in the star. Get it running at flat out rates. Okay, I need to remove all of you guys. Alright. And, foundations. Geothermal power plant. Not in lava. End result? Let's just clear our building zone. Oh, wait. Okay, end result for a geothermal power plant that's not in lava is 10%. So you still technically work. Okay. Alright, and no, I can't really rip up any of the power we have here. Alright, so what we want to do is we want a ray receiver, which that'll be the tile. I want to move it out just a couple of tiles, so a little bit of free space. We need to have you push out your critical photons. Well, that belt should work. Where? Maybe it won't work. Yeah, can I just have just like a few more tiles? Okay, and you know what? I don't want to deal with it. So we're just gonna swing around the planet real quick and make sure all the ground is flat. Okay, done. Alright. So I want ray receivers, and I want a few of them. I want to fill in the internals of this as quickly as possible. So we're going to have you, and you plugged together. We're going to add a tiny little bit of belt on the end. I'm going to bring in the blueprints. I'm going to copy from there to... Yes, there, without the foundations, and we're going to paste. Then if I overlap that one and drag it, hit the... not the plus, the minus button, So those two overlap, and then drag that right the way around the planet. I can put in 15 copies of that blueprint real fast. Okay, and then here we're going to go 1, 2. Minus. Yeah, that's about as tight as we can get. Okay, we're going to remove our excess belt, and we're going to look at an existing one, which is pulling in 120 megawatts, and a new one, which is only putting in 53 megawatts. This is because the continuous receiving hasn't got all the way up there. But we do know from our original blueprint, which was from here to here, 86 of them was doing about 10 gigawatts worth of power. So if we reset the blueprint and we copy the internal circle, we have about half as much. So we're going to do about half as much after they're fully warmed up. So ray receivers, of course, they need to sit in the sun to get continuous receiving, or inside the sphere. And once they've done that for long enough, they'll warm all the way up. Once they're warmed all the way up, they'll start producing extra power, or receiving extra power, receiving extra power. It takes a while to heat up electronics. Okay, so with that done, if we look at this, we can see that we were doing 10. With the extra ones we should be pulling down around about 15. But obviously we still have 50% of the sales to go, roughly. Also a decent amount of rockets to go. So I should be able to top this out at twice this amount, roughly. So we're gonna just, you know, clear the building zone and build just a few more ray receivers. I figure just 1 or 2. In fact, I don't actually know if I have enough on me. We'll work that out in 1 second. Okay, I want to fill in that. We want to remove those. Remove those. Of course, it's going to cut the power grid, but I don't really mind. I do mind ripping up the organic crystal, so let's not do that. That sort of dictates how much build room we have. Let's remove those as well. Okay. Oh, that one. Okay, land. So we want to come down 1, 2. And just to confirm, yeah, that seems to drag around the planet just fine. That all will tab these guys out so they line up. Yes. Okay, so we're going to have to bring a belt out from there into, well, here, here. We need to tag that one to that one to that one. Oh, that one. There to there. There to there. We know we need one little bit of belt sticking out the end. And then at the same time, I do know I'm going to need eventually some more of that with, where are the ray receivers? Right there. 100. 2,000. I don't think we're going to get 2,000. At least I hope not. But okay. So I want to copy from there to there, paste, and we're going to line up the first tile, drag, hit the minus button again, and what? Okay, so we have directly opposite us a little bit of landfill, and right about here a little bit of landfill. Sorry, foundations. Yep, that hole there. And where were we? Directly opposite and around the planet a little bit. That hole there. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Alright. Let's drag that around to there. We're going to start here. We're going to go +1. Hit the minus button so they overlap. And I can swing the mouse around real quick and build all of those. Probably enough, none of them are white, so I have that many in my inventory. I've still got a few spares, actually. Maybe I didn't need those. But yeah. So that means the ship that was here, on its way here, is now being sent back to base. And it's probably going to complain about having... The tower's designed to have 200 in it. It's probably now going to have, what, 100 in it? Yeah, it's designed to have 100 in it. It's probably going to have like 400 in it now, or 300 or something. Which is bad, but it just means when I next request sale, ray receivers, I'm just going to end up with a lot. A lot that potentially I didn't ask for. Let's dump those in now. Let's also Actually, I'll hold on to those for 5 minutes. We'll see if we use them. Okay, so we just need to get these extra ray receivers down, and we can see we're already pulling out 16 gigawatts, or attempting to pull out 16 gigawatts. And of course, that number's going to go up as I get more of these laid down. But that's not the issue. I just want more. I want the ability to pull in more power. So as this sphere completes, we can pull more power. Well, we can pull the maximum power out of it at all times, because we need critical photons. Critical photons are literally what's holding up our game. Not enough Dyson Sphere power being absorbed to make any mana fuel rods, to make science, to make anything. So we should, if we go to P for production, local planet, and we look at critical photons, that one. Can I... Oh, fine. Power? Oh, there's a slight bump. Ever so slight. Not a big bump, but it's something. Okay, so we are now trying to pull out... well, we're up to 20 gigawatts, but these guys also have to heat up, don't forget. So it's going to be a while before this is fully going. Alright, so with that done, we're going to again make a trip back across the galaxy, back to the Lancaster system, and we're going to see how far are those rockets gone. Alright, let's head out to Lancaster number 1, because that's where I need to build the ray receivers on that star. No, that's fine. Okay. Oh, we get to actually we get to actually fly through the Dyson Sphere. I haven't done this in this playthrough yet, because we haven't really built one. Actually, I think we went through the home one once. But yes, part of this update was that the cells now get out of your way as you fly through them. And it's a little bit buggy when you're going through it, like max speed, but if you're going through a little bit slower, it works great. Alright, so we're going to head back to Lancaster system. One more ring of ray receivers. I think that's what's required. After we've got that up and done, we should probably at least name one of these planets. Okay, let's get a landing. Alright, this happened to have fractal silicon, which we're definitely going to grab. And I'm going to lose a stone patch compared to an iron patch. Yeah, let's go to the South Pole. So first off, we have sails, nice and close. Oh, actually, we've got a halo of sails. We're so close. And I'm looking for the Dyson structure. Also all turned around. I want to go left. Where are we? We're looking for that. Okay, first things first, bit of foundation. Fill all this in real quick. And maybe a little bit out here. And a little bit there. Okay, blueprints, because we got really good at this now. Polar blueprints, the power and shipping, because we are going to mine all the resources here. Really, I'm down to one solar cell? That's not annoying at all. Okay, can I get in one solar panel, rather? 100? Come on, 100. Okay, I want those. Oh, we order in 200 anyway. I think I set up belts last one. I forgot to actually go pick them up, maybe. So I gotta go back there and outpost. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so we need to fly to the equator. So let's find the equator real quick. That's the equator line. So hopefully that looks like it is directly above us. It might be a little bit off center because the planet also has a lean on it at 8 degrees. But that looks like it is directly above us. And best part is, if we just get out to the right orbit. Oh, there's the other half. There's the other half. Holy crap, that's close. Ooh. I missed the planet entirely. That is super close. Okay. Okay. I think we got a winner. Alright. Land Icarus, please. Jetty's horrible flying. Yeah, just nosedive straight into lava. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, they said. Okay. So, hopefully... And we... Well, there's some more. close that is. That's what we're looking for. So what I need to do now is I need to at least have these rings complete. Okay. Actually, maybe we don't need them. We've got enough built. But if I line up that orbit plane, so it's dead straight, and we have enough structure around the outside, that looks like it's in an identical orbit. You've got a little bit of inner and a little bit of outer rings done. We're going to give it a little while, and we're going to see. So I need to do some outposting no matter what. We need to set up the cannons to start launching, but I don't have anything for them to launch into. We do need to set up the ray receivers part, so let's at least get that done. No, we set up the cannons, we just didn't turn them on. Alright, can we... Okay, we need that, we need that, we need polar blueprints, we need ray receivers, which doesn't look like it's going to use any or blow out any resources. It's just going to fill in a lot of lava. And I have 34 foundation. Of course I do. Why would I have spare foundation? Alright, can I bring in that? About 4,000 will do, I guess. I don't, even if I was really careful with it, I don't think I could stretch my 34 foundation far enough. Get all that lava filled in and any potholes. So we get the construction done. Yeah, no way. Alright, so give me a couple of minutes whilst we wait for foundation again. Also means that we'll have a little bit more of our Dyson structure built. Because that is hopefully super close. Hang on, is that an internal and an external we're coming up on? It's an internal with a touch of external. Trying to get the camera low enough. Alright, I'll see you guys in a sec after the foundation's done. We'll get the ray receivers done, and we'll also see how much the ring is actually built. Alright, we just got 3 extra drones, and I just finished putting in all the foundations, so in theory, if I've done this correctly, I should be able to drop that. What? Okay, move out a tile. Move out another tile. That'll do me. So it's going to give us drones moving a little bit faster. Obviously, I'm short just a few ray receivers. I thought that might happen. We didn't actually get that much of the ring built because, although we're launching rockets very quickly, we need a lot of rockets. But we are coming up on... can I get you, please, to bring in building ray receivers? That one. 100's all I want. How am I going to bring? 0. That's a not great answer, honestly. Okay, that's powered. I need you to have those and those. We also need to power up you guys. That one. That one. Okay, and that is really not good. Okay, maybe the ray receivers I cancelled got obliviated. Yeah, words. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm obviously going to have to go pick up some ray receivers. We also need to name the system. We haven't named this planet yet. So, first thing I need to do, Charles Brissett Jr. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you for choosing to support the channel. Thank you for making this video entirely ad-free. And we are now absorbing some amount of power. Not a lot. Actually, what am I lying? We've got 1.42 gigawatts already. Oh, because we're launching sails as well. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to increase their life. That still says 9,000 seconds. But firing double the... Oh, no, because we're not spraying these ones. No, it should be fine. Okay. So we are making some critical photons. Obviously, I need 2,000 in this tower before they shipped out. So it's going to take a minute. You know, we're making the grand total of 1.3 per minute. It's not great. Not great. And also, I need to get the other half of my ray receivers, which are not going to show up. So I need to go track them down. I also need to outpost this planet. And we need to outpost the other planet, the one out here that we're launching sails from. I also need to do this ice giant. So I've got a few, Lancaster number 5. So I've got a few things we need to do to get everything up and running. But I'm going to call this episode here. And we'll come back next episode and we'll see how our rings are doing. And then once we have rings, we need to do something about it. Yeah, but I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the very next episode.